Hello, hello. My name is Sukhum HING, and welcome to another episode of The Sukhum Show. Today is Monday, May 9th, and thank you for tuning in. Two big topics today to cover. First one is about social media communities, and the other one will be a quote that I'll be digging into a little further. We'll start with a quote, go into the communities, and then come backtrack on the quote itself. So the quote that I want to share with everybody is that there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. So I find that really, really interesting. So more to come on it. Let's jump into social media communities. And that's a topic that I want to talk about first. And it's something that really resonated with me when we did the SSS Veda challenge for April, where we had to vlog every single day for the month of April, for those that didn't know that. And I was able to build some really good connections and got an opportunity to connect and meet some really great people. And I really love that. And then throughout the challenge, there was a ton of positive support, reinforcement, and encouragement for one another. And there was a level of engagement that I really enjoyed. And that, for me, really spoke about community, how we all help one another out when things came up. There was lots of insight and support and feedback to one another where like, hey, if you didn't know, your video ended a few minutes too early, or hey, if you didn't know, the last 30 seconds of your video was nothing but black screen. Yes, I remember those moments and days. But those were the things when I talk about community engagement, there's actually their very own communities in all social media platform. Nothing new for a lot of people, but not every single community takes things the same way. Where YouTube is a lot about video content, it's all videos, and the engagement there is a lot different. It's not just about posting videos, whereas other social media websites like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat, which I'm not going to be talking about all of them because I don't have all of them. I'm just going to be talking mainly about Facebook and YouTube, mainly. I do have a Twitter account, but I literally just started that. And I'm going to be working on that step by step, like I'm taking the stairs. So just had to put that in there. But I find it interesting because yeah, like I said, you can't just make YouTube videos and then go on all the platforms and post, come check out my YouTube channel without any kind of level of connection and engagement within the community there. And vice versa. You can't make a whole bunch of videos and content on Facebook and then spam it across all the other channels. I just feel like you're not building or connecting with the audience on that. So some things to take away, some things to really think about when we're really trying to reach and organically build up our brand and build up our business. And again, this is a learning for me, not so much of like, this is the way it should be if you really want to be successful, you really want to grow your channel, or you really want to make money. Absolutely not. I'm not sharing this from that perspective. And I'm literally sharing this from a perspective, I'm learning this and what I've gotten in terms of engagement back and how I feel like I'm adding value to that community. That's how I feel like. I feel like when we did SS Veda, like by connecting and sharing and engaging with it, that was value that you're adding to that community. So it's the same kind of mindset when you're going into another community. How are you adding value? So I thought a lot about this, and for the hashtag Omadum challenge that I'm doing, by the way, day 8 down in the books, 8 days in, 22 days left. I am super pumped. Today I ran my mile and I felt like it was one of my best miles, even though it was like 30 seconds less than my timer. I felt like it was a Monday to like push and get started, and I felt good. So I'm still working on all the clips and montage to put them all together and then share it in the video so everyone can see. But it's mostly just me after the video, just sweating really bad and just telling him like, down, I did another day. Hashtag Omatum, let's keep going. So just a way for me to pump myself up and pat myself on the back for doing a health challenge for 8 straight days, something where I struggled in the past, and feels really good to make some strides and starting to be a lot more conscientious of what I eat and what I do with my body as well too. Anyways, side note, coming back to what we were talking about, communities and building relationship, adding value to the community, and what does that look like? Because right now on YouTube especially, I don't have a community that I really belong to or I'm connecting with right now. I'll be continuously working on the Sukhum show community. I'm not sure how I'm going to phrase that. It's not like this is the... I feel like everyone has like some kind of tag for their community. Like Ruthie Otero talks about, hey, courageous ones. Chris Crucial talks about like the Crucial fans, Crucial community. I'm butchering it. I know you mentioned something around Crucial something. So sorry if I'm butchering it. But like that's the mindset, right? Like so like Amy talks about the Good Vibe Tribes or the Vayner Nation for Gary V. But like this like tag, it might not sound like it's important, but it brings a sense of ownership to the community. Yeah, I'm part of this community. Yeah, the Vayner Nation, you know, like that actually sounds really epic when you think about that. But I'll work on something like that. And as you're watching and you're brand new to my channel, my content, hit the subscribe button below if you like what you see and you want to continue and follow along with my journey on social media and business and in working on the crafts that I've learned in the last 6 years in terms of development. And I want to share that with everyone here too. So having said that, when we talk about like the YouTube communities in itself, like one of the things that I'm going to be looking for is that there's other YouTubers out there that they have either similar content or they're sharing their content that is similar to the message I have. So I'm going to be following them and really just digging into like who are the ones that I really resonate with, that I really like a lot. Almost like a YouTube mentor without them really being my mentor. I feel like there's a lot of that. Like, there's a lot of people like Amy and Roberto Blake, Tim Schmoyer, like they drop a lot of knowledge. So without you really engaging with them, they really do share a lot and you really gain from that too. So similar to that, how do I really step into the community and really add value and support and really want to build myself up and engage in that community? And it's not for the intention of like, hey, come check out my channel and watch my content at all. No. That's not what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I'm trying to really build up some authentic connections with the community that these creators that I look up to and that I find that they do a really good job, not only on how are they building their communities and how am I going to be applying that with my community? Because as there's a huge shift, and I think a lot of YouTubers, the bigger ones, talk about this, like those that doesn't do it consistently, and they're only been doing it for like a month, 2 months, this guy, to like 3 to 6 months or so like that. This guy's, and I'm still brand new, that's what I meant to say. Like, I might not be able to maintain the growth of the channel, just like a business when it grows like so fast, like you don't have the capacity and leadership to really continue that. I'm just looking at it from one small aspect of like just community engagement. Like if you had like 100,000 people start commenting on your videos, how do you find the time to engage? How do you really think about how are you providing value consistently? So these are some things that are coming up for me. Like when I think about this community and how am I encouraging engagement in the community. I think Roberto Blake does a really good job at encouraging engagement. I feel like he does, when he does super chat, A lot of people donate during his super chat, and he's really authentic about just saying thank you, I appreciate it. He answers questions and he does that. But he also encouraged people like to save some money on the side. If you're going out for coffee every single month, put some money aside, maybe $20 aside each month, and then when there's other YouTubers that you value and you want to support, donate some money to their super chat. So it's like encouraging the YouTube community as a whole, but he also encouraged it within his own community. I mean, the other video that he posted out was like, what are you really here for? I forgot the title of it, but it was one of his most recent videos. He also talks about like he encouraged the community, like inside his own community, how are they connecting with one another? How are they supporting one another? And he highly encourages that. And I think that's really great. Like when you're the leader of the community and you drive that engagement, you drive that sense of ownership within a community, that is huge. And that is value in my eyes, in the sense of like, how am I taking that back and really engaging my community? I don't want to start something or preach or talk a lot about like, hey, engagement is super important, but I lack the consistency and the commitment to show up when it comes to engagement. If like I only have like what 60 subscribers, but I feel like there's the set of like maybe 5 to 10 to 15 people that consistently comment on the channel. Like I make it an effort to say thank you to you guys, because you guys took the time to watch my videos and then comment on it, and that is super important to me. Like you guys took the time for that, and I'm gonna value that, and I want to really acknowledge you for that too. So these are things that I can commit to, but I'm small right now. I can imagine how it would be to go bigger. And one thing I don't want to do, and I think Gary Vee talks about this, like he doesn't respond to a lot of he tries his best to respond to at least the majority of his comments and replies back to them. You know, like I want to be organic and authentic in that nature, and still have that connection with my community, so, or my audience, period. So that's huge, and that's something I think is super important, and I just want to share that with you guys. For me, the YouTube community, I'm still going to be out there engaging and still working on it. I remember doing the SSS Beta Challenge in the very beginning. There was like 300-400 people on the list, and I just went through them and started my way of challenging. I'm not going to do the same thing. I'm sure like there's a ton of communities out there, but how am I connecting with them too? And maybe it's just me checking multiple people's channels out, and maybe some of them will be similar content to what I share or things that I find value, and we can probably connect in that nature. But all in all though, it's also like, how are you providing value for everyone too? And I think this is a big one when it comes to providing value. It's not technically, hey, I have an expertise, come find me, connect with me, and I'll sure to help you. Which is interesting because, yeah, like I shared that, made a comment on one of Roberto Blake's video. You know, like I was just new to the community, saying hi, and like if anyone would bounce ideas off me, we can connect, and you know, we'll come up to an answer or something like that too. So again, I don't post a lot over there yet. That's something I wanted to continue to work on and really engage and build up. So what I'm trying to get at is not necessarily mean like you have to really offer your service or anything. I think the biggest thing that we've seen consistently is how you show up consistently with support and encouragement. I think like through the SSS Beta Challenge, a lot of us just went to someone else's channels, watched the videos. Great job, man. Day 10 down, day 16 down, day 17 down, you know, and just kept encouraging that. So I thought that was really huge. Also, the other one would be inquisitive. So asking questions, engaging in the comment section about asking. And that's something I'm going to be working a lot more. Like, curious, what did you like about that? Or, hey, that's a really great point. Would you elaborate on that too? I think those are things that I'm going to be digging into a little bit more, and I'll be interested in seeing that. And last of all, be like, when you're doing all this, is the acknowledgement and shout out piece of it is, how are we, once we connect with people, like, and they did some really good stuff, how do you acknowledge them, give them shout outs? I think those are always great to have, and it's always you always want to be mindful of it because you want to be intentional when you give them. Like shout outs should be something they're going above and beyond, and they inspire or motivate you in some kind of way, and that's something you want to continue to acknowledge them for. So those are some things that I wanted to share with everybody about community engagement. Again, right now, for the YouTube community, I'm going to be reaching out and trying to find more communities where I feel like that's the kind of people that I want to be around and I want to connect with. So I authentically want to go down that route. For the Facebook community, I haven't really talked much about it on this video, but it's about 15 minutes in right now, and I do want to wrap things up. But mostly with the Facebook community, a lot of it's friends and family, and I think a lot of it, people are still getting used to me in terms of me posting and then me putting up videos, because I don't share a lot of that. And now here's this guy coming up, and he's saying quotes, he's sharing some stories, and now he's talking about all this social media and business, and like he wants to teach us personal development. Sketchy. That's not who he is, man. Like, did someone change him? So still getting used to that, especially with family. They don't know what I do, and they're still learning and getting used to that too. So more to come on it with the Facebook community. Again, like, I'm learning a lot differently on how I'm interacting with them and how I'm providing value to that community. So more to come on it. I'm excited for it. Last but not least, the thing that I wanted to share with you guys was the comment or the quote I said: "There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs." So the way I look at this, right, it's like you're taking the stairs step by step, and your idea of success could look differently for everybody. Like, my idea of success could be I'm just making six figures and I'm happy with that. Like, I don't live a lavish lifestyle and I'm buying like crazy stuff like that. If I can live my life and I'm happy, I'm doing everything I'm doing spiritually, with my family, with my career, and I'm still able to make the time for all that, like, I'm pretty happy. If I can drop what I'm doing and we drive by a restaurant and we can go eat wherever we want to eat it, I'm happy. I don't really have like a lot of things. I think I find like the home remodeling and building and like all that it takes time. So I just find that's another journey that I'm going through, which is also another part of my vision and goals topic is my home. So how am I building it up, and how am I what's the word? It's not a decorating word. It's about interior designer, interior decoration. Well, that's decoration anyways. But anyways, those are the things that I'm going to be working on. And yeah. But anyways, that's what success looked like for me, like in a general gist of it. But as I move up and continue on further, success could change, and then not for the better or for the worse or anything like that. It's just what do I want in my life? And that can also constantly change as you grow and you develop yourself too. So with the stair step, you take it step by step. You want to go at your own pace. You want to know that you need to know that you can speed up or you can speed down. And no, though, that's a different contradiction, a different concept from skipping steps or rushing through steps. So let me say it again. So speeding up or slowing down at your pace is completely different from skipping steps or rushing through steps. Because if you do that, you'll end up getting tired and burned out. And then you'll end up moving either completely slow or, worst case scenario, you stop moving and you're not going to end up going anywhere too. So consistently work on your pace. You will be able to understand what works best for you. So if you're in a period of your life where you can sprint right now and get a good pace, get a good start at where you're trying to go, or you need to start and keep steady like a marathon runner and you're just jogging through the steps. So I find these analogies really interesting because it teaches me to slow down And while I have all these things to learn about for social media, for business, and continue sharing what I know that I need to keep it steady and keep moving along. And that's what I have to keep practicing. I feel like I'm doing massages for somebody. Oh. Okay. Anyways, 20 minutes in. Thank you for tuning in. There is a lot that I went over, or more like in depth when it comes to social media communities. I hope you guys take something away, and I'd love to hear in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on social media communities? So love to hear from you guys. Let's have some nice conversations. You know what? For this video, as we're talking about community, what I would love to encourage is that in the comment section below, if someone is posting comment, instead of just comment another comment, do so, but also engage in their comment. Let's build a community comment section in this video. So practice your will of inquiry. Start asking questions, concerns, elaborate, dig into it, and see where we get from this. You don't have to respond to every single question or answer, but if you want to, I'm not holding you back. But let's engage and practice that engagement inside the comment chat box. This will help you down the road when you're engaging with other people. What does that look like? How often do you need to go? I don't know. I don't know what's right and what's wrong, but down below, what are your thoughts on community? So share that, and let's have some engagement around that too. All right. As always, thank you for watching. This is the Sukhum Show signing off. There's moments like that I always get. But that's what learning's all about. So thank you. And until next time, actually until tomorrow, I will see you back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And that'll be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Later, everyone.